Hello and welcome everyone to the latest edition of Voice of the Customer. We're delighted to have Jimmy Jensen from Illux in Skanderborg, Denmark. Not a place I've been, and I have been to Denmark and Copenhagen and up the coast, but I believe it's up towards Helsingborg and up that way. This business is a very interesting business because it works both B2C and B2B customers. And we're delighted to have Jimmy with us today. And welcome, Jimmy. And if you would just tell us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, thank you. Well, yeah, it's correct what you just told. We are doing a little bit of both B2C and B2B. We have three different concepts, but the main thing we do is printing and cutting and framing. So with these competences, we make different kind of products. We have the website Elephant Print, where we do a lot of signage. We make foils for the windows. We make prints for outside, big signage, foils for the floor everywhere. And then we have Illux, which is more pictures for the wall, with frame, without frame. It can be acoustic pictures like the one I have here in the background, which reduces sound. In an office or at home, and it can be more fine art prints and normal plain posters. So basically everything in printing and framing. And then the third concept is Xprint. It's a little bit the same of Illux, but Illux is focused on selling to B2C, and Xprint is more B2B for photographers and artists and customers like that.
So if I wanted to upload one of my pictures, I would use Illux and you would produce a piece like the one behind you, and I could hang it on my wall or decorate my wall in that sense.
Yeah, exactly. You can upload your own pictures, or you can pick one from our gallery, like the one I have here in the background.
Super. And you have customers all over Denmark, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, actually. We have web shops. Later on, we will focus on the rest of Europe.
Conquer the world.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So most of your customers, since they're coming from abroad as well, they aren't going to be stopping by your business. So most of your work is done online in terms of attracting your new clients and keeping your existing ones. Is that the way it goes normally?
Yeah, it is. We use a lot of Facebook and traditional Google AdWords and SEO. Yeah, that's the main parts. And then we do some PR marketing in Denmark. Yeah.
Now, quick question: how long have you been in business? I forgot to ask that question.
Yeah. Well, we started in 2006, so actually 14 years.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And you use a lot of Facebook and AdWords. Is AdWords the way you're attracting a lot of your new customers in versus Facebook is more of a retention, or how do you view Facebook versus AdWords?
Well, yeah, we use both of them for both actually. So some of them are new customers and some of them are customers who have used us before. Most of the customers who has been buying our products before, we can see by our stats that they are coming back. So there's a lot of word of mouth in this business, because it's not just buying milk in the store. It is a lot of word of mouth, because people need to know, is it the right quality? Is it what they say it is? So there's more risk buying a product like ours. Not a very big risk, but there's a little bit more than buying milk in the grocery store.
Yeah, and how long your website is actually e-commerce enabled, and obviously if they're uploading images and you use a lot of quote technology for the consumer or for the end user, how long have you been e-commerce enabled, or was that an initial premise that you started your business on?
Both yes and no, because our first idea actually was to bring out the internet in a real furniture shop. So actually we made a shop-in-shop solution with a touchable screen. It was it was not very common back in 2006. Actually, today we have touchscreens everywhere, but back then it was a new thing, and also very expensive thing to buy a screen like that. So we made a shop-in-shop solution, but we come from an engineerical background, so maybe all this idea by customer touching the screen in the store and buying the product there, it was a little bit too nerdy or too technical. We were very young and very green, so yeah, we didn't know anything about customers. We just think this was a good idea, selling pictures that way. So we took the chance and made this shop-in-shop solution, but quite fast we found out that customers, when they go to the store, they want to feel the product. They could, we had a little showroom, but they wanted to grab the product and bring it back home. So they couldn't do by this way because we were customizing every single artwork for the customers in the stores. And then they had to wait 1 week or maybe 2 weeks to get the final product. So it was for the first movers and for the nerds, but for the mainstream customers, it was not such a good idea. So quite fast we brought it into the big web. Since that time, we have been focusing on doing that, but then doing a little bit here and trying something off now and then to see to always form the concepts. And we are still in that process actually.
I would ask you what your next step on your website is, but you might not want your competition to know what you're doing. But because I notice you have chat and you have the e-commerce functionality, and most customers will probably just communicate with you via email or perhaps chat, and upload, and off they go, and then they get it and they're either satisfied or dissatisfied. And I notice your Trustpilot score is very high. So obviously you've adopted an internet first mentality besides your store in store that's proven very successful. But what happened when the pandemic arose? Did you notice a drop off in customers? Either on the B2C, B2B, or both? And how did you address that from a online digital marketing perspective?
Yeah. Well, again, we have these different concepts, and it was a little bit different depending on which concept and which customers were entering the different shops. So for Illux, where we sell the wall art, as in the background, it went quite the same, maybe a little bit up, because people were sent home and probably staying home and looking at their bare walls, and maybe or screaming kids in the background. So they want to reduce sound and started searching for acoustic panels for the wall. So that went a little bit up actually. But we also sell these products to companies, and they were sent home. So in that way, it went a little bit down. But for the other concept, elephant print, where we do signage and foils for the windows, we also have quite big customers, and they were not doing so good in these times. So they stopped all spring marketing in the shops, and that meant that we wouldn't get these orders as we are used to. So that went quite fast down from these orders. And then we started to make different kind of Corona related products to get the business going. And because we have been making acrylic screens before, and then we just started to focusing on that and turning on the marketing in that direction instead of the usual signage. So what we do now is we have made a totally new category on elephant print, where we sell different kind of Corona related products, like foils for the floor, like hand rubbing alcohol dispensers. All different.
So how did you communicate that? Do you have, I'm assuming you have an email database of the business clients that you use, and did you email out to them or use your social media, or are you just thinking that as they come to your website, they will discover this? Did you take any steps to promote that? new business line?
We did both on Facebook and on Google Shopping. We did a lot on that. We have an external company who are helping us doing this. So we have a very good cooperation there, and we are making the products ready, and then actually they take everything from there to the customers. So yeah, but that is the main channels they use for this to push it very fast. I guess we had very from the beginning, a lot of other printing companies, they were closing down, but we stayed here and kept being here without sending everybody home. We just reduced the hours from our employees so we could get everything rolling, and keep making our normal customers happy at this time. So, but that went out to be a good thing, because then we had all the time to develop, and we had some extra time to develop these new products. So actually, we were from the beginning quite alone on this market, and then it went kind of crazy.
And now everyone's piling in, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Now everyone is piling in, but that's just fine.
But it's interesting. Are you concerned in the future that, because some of your work obviously is not just in promotional or signage, but it's also in the office interior fit out, for lack of a better term, where interior designers or office designers are using and ordering your materials. Do you think that the stay-at-home mentality, which will ultimately affect office space, I think a lot of businesses are deciding whether they need these big central offices, is that going to impact you down the road, do you think? Are you planning for that?
Well, I think there will be something going up and something going down. Well, the good thing about this company, what we have made decisions over time, is that we have all kinds of different customers. We have private customers who just want one picture as a Christmas gift or like that. And we also have the very large customers for multiple shops. So and that sometimes we can see some of the customers are going up and some of them are going down, but I think it will happen the same here. So if some of the office people are going home, then they have to create some spaces there, and we make different products for home offices also. So I think that some will go up, some will go down.
A good diversification strategy. So I guess the question I have is it easy for you to manage the AdWords campaigns, the shopping, and the Facebook messaging across your three? Because you're not a huge company. I mean, I'm not sure how many employees you have, but is it hard to manage those different communication lines through one channel? You have one website, you have one Facebook channel, and your Google AdWords. Is it a challenge to keep the messages clear for you?
No, I'm not sure I understand.
If you're on a Facebook page and you're reaching out to both businesses and consumers, do you feel that your message is diluted to the target groups because you're communicating to one, and business people don't care about, my kid's portrait on the wall panel, and the same way that the person for the kid's portrait doesn't care about the big signage for the office? So do you find that it's difficult, or it's getting more difficult to get those messages clear to your target audience?
Yeah, okay, I understand. Well, that is the good thing about having the three different concepts, because they quite clearly split up the customers. Of course, some of the customers we have at Illux, they are both B2B and B2C. We also have both B2C customers, and we are selling also to the photographers, and there will be different focus. But then on Illux we have different landing pages. So that means when we are targeting the private customers, that is the main thing on Illux. So that will be all our communication on Facebook and Instagram. That is mainly for those customers. But then for our business customers, like photographers and artists, we use LinkedIn, for example, and then we just send them to another landing page. So I think it's split up in that way. But of course, sometimes there are we have different products like many other companies, and some of them are. It's not always easy to communicate one way. But I think we are getting there, and we are shaping the companies all the time. But and we will never end doing that.
You mentioned you were bringing somebody on to try and pull your social media and your website more closely aligned. I think that's how you were positioning it. Most people tend to pick one or the other, but I understand, just sort of briefly talking to you, that there is that link you want to drive more firmly together, the e-commerce aspect of that and the Facebook aspect. And it's a question I have. I didn't check your Facebook page out, but do you have e-commerce shopping capability on your Facebook page as well? I should have checked before, but I didn't. I apologize.
No, we don't. We sent them into the web shop.
Okay, so you just a straight link out.
Yeah, and that is because our all these technical things by uploading the picture, and we have a lot of features on the website which we can't offer the same way on Facebook. But we have some of the products which is more standard picture, normal gallery products, which we could sell that way. So yeah, that would be the future.
Do you think there'll be any significant change from coronavirus that's going to affect your future view, or do you think that it's always a constant reinvention of your business and you can't stop changing? It's just normal for you, I guess.
Yeah, well, at the beginning when we started, we are 3 guys running this company. At the beginning, we did a lot of development, and there was a lot of energy developing. And of course, we still do that. But when the customers come in, we need to serve the customers. So through all the years, we have become more and more. We have become larger and larger company. You asked how many we are now. We are, I think, 28 guys. So yeah, medium, small company still. But because we have to serve all these customers, there are not so much time for development as we want to. Of course, the idea is always to bring in some more people who can take our jobs, but no matter how many people we bring in, there will always be all these loose ends for ourselves to pick up. Everybody who has been starting from themselves knows about this, but that is a dream part. That is a carrot to go for, that we can do more and more development. But I guess this Corona time has brought a little bit back to us about development, because then we everything was not running as normal, so we had to develop to survive, you can say. So but this was quite exciting, and this is nice. Me and my colleague, we sat Friday evening, he back home with his kids getting to sleep, and me back home with my kids getting to sleep, and we could drink some glass of red wine and developing these products over Skype, and just launching them the same night. So and then very quickly seeing that customers wanted these products. So it was a little bit of this entrepreneurial beginning again. So I think this was so fun that we need to do more of this, and not getting asleep. Not that we were asleep, but we are more awake now, I guess, and can see, okay, we can do this, and it's actually quite fast to develop new products, and it's quite fun also. So that is probably the main thing that we will bring on after this. Of course, we will also get some new customers because they have been buying these products, and then we can give them a call afterwards and say, how did you like our products and our service? So there's a lot of leads coming up, maybe for customers only buying a small print for the floor, saying keep distance, something like that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Then there is a very nice lead for all these customers, which we need to handle afterwards. So that's exciting.
That is exciting. So how do you see your digital marketing changing? Do you evaluate it yourself? You said you had a company who helps you work on it. Are they constantly evaluating the channels and the different opportunities for you, and testing in the same way that you're testing products? Are they testing channels for you?
Well, these guys are actually very focused on only Google AdWords and Facebook, and they are not. There's a lot of companies saying we can do everything, but what I like about this company, they are very specialized. Yeah. And we have been working with a lot of different digital companies over the years, saying they could do a lot of things for us, but they never digged in so much like these guys do. They are very smart, and I guess if they are not the best, they are some of the best in Denmark. So that's over time that you find the right guys, because you have been disappointed many times maybe. But right now we are very satisfied with these guys. So later on, when there is coming something new, they have their hands into it, but so they can come with some ideas, but then it will probably also be ourselves finding out, okay, what is the new things here, and by our network of friends and other companies saying, okay, this is the new thing to do, because it is developing all the time. AdWords is not the same 10 years ago as it is now, for example.
Definitely not. I've been doing this a long time and I've seen a lot of change. Who does your SEO? Is it the same company or a different company handling your SEO?
Actually, the SEO we have been doing a lot ourselves. We have also been doing AdWords ourselves, but it went into such a big task for us to do, so we had some guys to do it now. But the SEO we actually do ourselves now, but occasionally we hire a company from outside looking at it, and we like actually to get new companies to look at it over time, just to get some new eyes on it, and also to do the development for the future. And I'm not saying that these companies fall asleep over time, but there's a risk that they will do.
Got to keep going. That's really great. Well, first off, I'm glad to see that you've managed to keep your business stable. We've had some companies, I mean, obviously in the hospitality area, that have had to shut down and really reinvent themselves majorly. We've had other companies, pet shop in Ireland, that didn't have to shut down, but people couldn't come to their store, so they had just launched their e-commerce, so they're actually doing quite well. So the coronavirus pandemic is often a story of gloom and doom, but there are certainly opportunities out there, and it sounds like you've managed to pivot where needed, and to get yourself out. So congratulations to you. It's nice to hear a positive story, and it's nice to hear how you're using your digital sophistication. Especially as far back as 2006, and how you changed philosophy. So I just want to thank you, Jimmy, for your time, and again, we wish you the best of luck, and all the best to you.
Yeah,
thanks
you
very
too.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.